And welcome to our August edition of Sports Highlights on the Road. Greg Bicoderis, glad you're with us. Our program comes on Mondays at 7 a.m., 2 p.m., and 7 p.m. Weekends at 9 a.m. on Cox Cable 47, FiOS 17 with Ray Price, Elijah Price. We're here at the McReynolds Athletic Complex in beautiful Yorktown, Virginia for our show on the road, talking to Matthew Morton, an ACL American Cornhole Pro. Good to see you.
Nice to meet you.
This is your stomping grounds. You went to Tabb High School.
Yeah, I've been there ever since I was like 6 years old. We've always lived in the area.
We'll talk about these fields out here, first of all, what it means to you, because you played out here since you've been a kid.
This place means a lot. I played 3 sports out here: lacrosse, baseball, soccer. Played my whole life out here, really.
This is kind of where you got started with the competition.
I've always been competitive.
Right. So you've been to Tabb forever. You graduated. Congratulations. Class of 2020. That's a big deal with all the stuff going on as we're here in August. Let's talk about how you got involved in cornhole.
It was my dad mainly. He took me out to like charity tournaments and you win a little medal or something. And I just kind of started practicing, get a little bit better. And I joined the league and it just kind of took off from there.
When you say you started practicing, how often would you practice and how much time do you devote to it?
I would practice just a little bit at my house, but almost every day of the week we'd just go out to tournaments and play with other people, and they just made me better.
How does the arm work as far as, I assume you're right-handed, and is using your arm, exercising your arm and your legs? Because people think you can stand there, but you really have to use your whole body to play cornhole.
For me especially, because I go on my tippy toes when I throw, and I kind of do little movements. It's a workout. After a tournament, I'm tired. I need to go straight to bed.
Right. And we're going to see some more of that, the tees, in the second segment when he's talking about the tiptoes, because that's a good point. Footwork is very important.
That's the main thing in cornhole, how your feet are pointed. It's kind of like pitching and bowling and everything like that. Are
you pretty much, you played different sports growing up as a kid, are you pretty much just focused now on cornhole?
Yeah, right now. I play a little bit of basketball, just having fun, but mainly cornhole.
Folks, this is a little bit different than most. This is a kid who turns 18 in 2020, graduates from Tabb High School in 2020. He is already a pro earning money. Now, there are golfers and tennis players at that age as well that earn prize money. And it's rare for cornhole, especially in this area.
In this area, we got stacked field. This is the best state for cornhole, and it's hard. That's why I got so good, because I played the best of the best in the country, and it just, little tips and tricks got me way better.
And speaking of some of the best in this area, in July, in Philadelphia, there's some gentlemen at the South Side Park who also compete.
I play with them like 3 times a week. We know them well. We were hoping for an all-local final, but we came just 1 game short.
Right. Give us an idea. Tell us their names.
Jordan Kamba and James Baldwin.
Right. They're a lot older than you are too, right?
Yeah. I think Jordan's 20-ish range, and then James, late 20s, 30s.
Right. Right. We're talking here to Matthew Morton right here about cornhole. When you talk about the typical practice compared to a tournament, there's a different mindset. Because competition, it's kind of one-on-one as well, kind of like, golf and tennis.
It's the main part of this game's mental. That's the most crazy part about it, because you can practice, you can throw all of them in all day, and you go up for a game, and you just see like the look in the other person's eyes, like they're not going down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's mano a mano. Talk about some of the interesting places that you competed against and some of the championships you've been involved with firsthand.
At Rock Hill, and I forgot which month it was, I won singles. And then we got second in doubles for the Invitational. And then down in Erie, Pennsylvania, we went and we won doubles. And then we got qualified for the Invitational. And then right after that, we got third at the Pro Invitational for $25,000.
Very good. We'll talk about how that prize money works. I mean, I'm sure it's nice to have that money in your pocket.
Yeah, since we won the tournament, we were guaranteed money no matter what.
Right.
So I think we were $1,500 for both of us, but winning that game got us $3,000, I think, so $1,500 each.
Yeah, you can't beat that. Of course, and not to mention the sponsors are a big part of it. You have your own sponsorship as well.
I got all Cornhole, 21 Apparel, Hornsby Tire Pro, Defiant Starts, and Cornhole Ace.
Right, he's wearing the shirt right there. Pretty much you don't go anywhere without the shirt, correct?
Yeah, I always have it on me.
Or is it getting to a point now where you go to a big box store and say, hey, there's Matthew, I saw him on TV. Do you get that?
Recently I got a couple,
Yeah.
but it's just every now and then I might walk in a Walmart, somebody will recognize me.
Yeah, or they'll say, hey, I know Mike because that's Mike's kid right there.
Yeah.
Right? You get more of that too as well. Well, you talk about singles and doubles. Talk about singles 1-on-1, doubles 2-on-2. Talk about is it less pressure when it's 2-on-2?
Kinda. You don't want to let down your partner
Right.
a lot, but singles you get more of them to a rhythm because you're constantly throwing, and doubles you got to take that break and sit back and watch your partner do it.
Right.
So it's kind of, you got to find the right tempo with it, and I think me and my partner Brad Powers, I think we have it down.
Right, because there's nothing worse, as you know, when you're in doubles and you see the other person making an unforced error, you're like, oh God, then you got to make up for it, right?
Yeah.
There's some of that goes with it. We'll talk about, they look like bean bags, but talk about that real quick.
They're called Game Changers. They came out a year or two ago, and I never thought I would pick one up, but once I did, my game I kind of started rising up in the ranks. I started getting a little better, and I finally think I've got them down. I mastered them, but they're the greatest bags.
And you got your own emoji too, right?
Yep, I got my own logo and everything.
Yeah, animation right there. It's a beautiful board. And of course, it doesn't look daunting, folks, but it's not easy. And how far are you supposed to step back when you throw the Game Changer in the hole? What's the typical, like, for a tournament? How far back are you?
27 feet between the boards.
Very good. Talking to Matthew Ward right here, talking about the wonderful sport. A lot of people see cornhole at restaurants and social events, barbecues, parties, but what happens when you go to a barbecue or a party and somebody has no idea who you are and says, let's go ahead and play a game of cornhole? Is that happening to you?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But I usually give them a warning. I'm like, I don't think you know what you're getting involved in.
But I'd love to see that happen, especially when they don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice kid. He just graduated from Taft High School. Folks, he's a pro as well, so it's a little bit different. What advice would you give to somebody that wants to get into
If you go to the iPlayCornhole.com website, you can see all the local directors, and there's bound to be one in your area. You just text them, ask them where tournaments are, and they'll tell you. You just practice.
Obviously, we're doing this local show, Sports Highlights, our August edition. For more, go to nnpstv.com, at Greg Vick on Twitter, also archived on YouTube as well. Was there pressure being on TV at all, or you acted like what Ray said to you, don't act like you see the cameras?
I try to focus out of it.
Yeah.
I've been up there a couple of times, so I've gotten used to the pressure, rather than somebody who's going up there for the first time where they're having a breakdown up there. But
right, and you pretty much grew up in the social media age anyway, where you used to, FaceTime and Facebook Messenger. So this is just a giant Facebook Messenger, is what it really is. Talking right here at the beautiful complex here. Just want to say something about this complex. Great place to walk, great place to play baseball, great place to play softball, whatever sport you want to do. This is really just a beautiful facility here on the peninsula. We're very lucky to have it as well. I'm glad you're with us on this beautiful August day. As far as the shelf life for cornhole, you mentioned there are college scholarships too. Talk about some people that have been involved in the college ranks.
ACL has a separate thing for college, and it's sponsored by Subway too. So it's big tournament, and they usually get a bunch of pros and a bunch of alumni from colleges, and they have a tournament. And then the top 8 of them rise up, and they randomly pair alumni and a pro alumni.
Right, very good. And talk about the shelf life, meaning you're one of the youngest, right, competitors. Well, who are some of the oldest that you've seen? As far as oldest age?
Damon Dennis, Philip Hayden. There's a lot of old guys that are really good in here.
And like Matthew said, this is a sport that's becoming more front and center at social events. So really, it's just starting to take off. I mean, really, I think the potential with it being on TV, on shows like this, on national TV, YouTube's got a lot of places for cornhole too, right?
Yep, there's tons on YouTube.
Yeah.
A big one for it, though, is Facebook. That's the main source of it.
Where did you get your tips and advice from? I'm sure you're always trying to tweak your game a little bit. Where are you digging in that resource at?
Starting, I would just look at all the top pros, and they would give me tips, and I'll kind of see how they would throw, and I'll try to mimic them, put my own twist on it.
Right.
But now I'm just creating on my own, and people are starting to copy some of the stuff that I do, and it's helping people out.
Yeah, it's a little bit like bowling too. You got to hold the game changer a little bit, but tennis is keep your eye on the ball, golf is keep your eye on the ball, baseball is keep your eye on the ball. This is pretty much keep your eye on the hole, correct?
Yeah.
Right. Now,
never look away.
I've always wondered too, Matt, when you have 3 game changers around and they're able to get it inside the hole, how does that work? And is it more points if you hit it or less points if you hit the game changer?
If I got 3 of my bags around the hole and I go up for it and I make them all, that's the greatest shot. That's the best thing you can do in the game. You're clogging the hole so they can't put anything in.
Right.
And then you hit it with your last bag, you're guaranteed points.
You're wearing pretty loose clothing right now. Are you allowed to wear pretty much what you want? How does it work as far as a championship attire on TV?
They're pretty loose with it, but nobody really wears anything crazy, just shorts, pants.
Right. Very nice. And of course, are there some venues that you like playing at better, or is it really, the venue doesn't matter, it's pretty much about the board and the game changer?
It's mainly about boards and bags, but I've been in some cool places. Been Vegas, California, down in South Carolina was pretty cool.
Right.
Been some crazy places.
All right, we're going to do some show and tell coming up in this next segment right here. Matthew's going to show us some techniques. He's going to show us how he gets that game changer inside the hole. It's not as easy as it looks, folks. So sports highlights on the road from Yorktown will continue, the August edition. Stay tuned.
Music and fine arts provide enriching experiences. They teach students that there can be more than one solution to a problem, more than one right answer, that mistakes are learning experiences, and present an opportunity to be creative and flexible. The arts encourage persistence and dedication. They require sustained concentration, personal reflection involving critical analysis, and self-adjustment to reach desired goals. These are essential 21st century skills. Skills recognized as important to productive career and citizen success. Each student deserves and benefits from an arts-rich education.
Fusion Fitness with Alexis. Tune in weekdays 6:30 a.m., Mondays 7:30 a.m., 2:30 p.m., and 7:30 p.m.
I don't think Matt Morton came this far to lay up, Jay. I really don't.
Tom, there's like half a hole there. This would be an outrageous airmail to avoid those gray bags. Here it comes.
It goes! Matt Morton! Airmail!
Oh my word, Tom. You can't be serious.
And welcome back to Yorktown for part 2 of Sports Highlights on the Road, our August edition. Now we're in some competition here with Matthew Morton, Greg Bicaveras, along with the crew right here, doing some competition for cornhole. We mentioned footwork earlier. Where are you supposed to stand at? How many feet back?
You're supposed to stand behind the front of the board, and it's an imaginary box that's 3 feet out, so you can't step over it.
And the goal, if you get a bag inside the hole, how many points does that count for?
In the holes, 3 points. On the board is 1 point, and it's cancellation. So if I throw all of them in, throw a 12, and you throw a 2 and 2 on the board, I'll get 10 points.
Remember, this is an extreme pro here, folks. I'm not even an amateur. But like he said, the chance of getting in the hole is what, usually percentage-wise?
For pros, pretty good. Like, if there's any slide room, it's going in.
How about competing outside versus inside? Because there's air and wind out here.
It's a big difference.
All right. You're the youngest. You go ahead and start first.
All right.
Am I supposed to hold all the bags while I'm filling them?
You can do whatever you want.
Okay. All right. Remember, I'm playing a pro here, folks. He made it very clearly what the producer asked for. You get a few points getting inside the board as well. Does that count?
No.
Okay.
It can't roll off the ground.
Very good. See, we learned that today. Okay, very good. Oh, he's really putting me in a tough predicament right here. Ooh. And you had mentioned right there, that's a roadblock right there. So what do you do when you have a roadblock?
Usually you just power through it, try to push them all in.
Right. All right. A lot of finesse, and this is where the mental stamina comes in. All right. There we go. The amateur at least gets close. Now, you talk about concentration. It really is important because you call them a game, you call them a set. What do you call these as far as to 21?
Rounds.
Rounds. Every round's different. Every throw is different. Is there a certain way? Show us with your hands. Is there a certain way you hold the bag?
Yeah. I actually hold it kind of weird to other people.
And you're one of the only few people that can spin it. Go ahead and spin it.
Let me try one of these.
Who needs the Harlem Globetrotters? We got it right here. All right, this is round 2. So what's the score right now?
4-0.
Okay. I'll take the dark ones. You got the light ones.
Yep.
All right. Here goes the pro again, Matthew Morton. Give me another roadblock. Do I go again now?
Yep.
Okay. At least I'm hitting it. Wow. Like I need more roadblocks with Matthew out here facing a pro. Ooh. My first points, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Another roadblock by Matthew. Yes. Got on the board again. Whoa. Now, do you get more points for all the bags going in the hole? Like, explain that to us.
If I knock yours in, it just counts 3 to you. If you knock mine in, it's 3 to me. If you knock me off, mine's off. It's just, so I got 8, and then you got 2 right now.
But let's say all the bags go in the hole at once.
It still counts. All of them count as 3 points.
3 points, okay.
Yep.
Not 3 combined, though, right?
Yep.
Whoa, yes. Do I have a future in this, Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a beginner anymore, right?
Yeah.
Not a beginner. That just shows you, folks, and I'm glad we're out here doing the show and tell, because I never play cornhole. But if you play sports and you compete and you have some self-confidence and a little athleticism, you can do it, right?
A lot of cornhole players used to play sports.
Mike, score?
8-0. I'm sorry, 9-0.
My turn.
Yep.
That's a pro, folks. We're playing cornhole here in Yorktown, Virginia for Sports Highlights. We're doing the show and tell segment. Go ahead.
Oh, shit there.
Okay. He's concentrating for both of us. Ooh. All right, I'll take that as a win. All right. So, yeah.
16.
Yeah. So the whole point again is, even if you're down in the actual round, you still want to keep your head up and still, because anything can happen.
Yeah, you can be down 20-0, but if you shoot perfect from there on out, you can still win. So no matter how far you're down, you can always come back.
We mentioned how you got started with your dad, but what would you recommend? We mentioned for beginners, just buy your own board and bag, basically.
Yeah. Go
Okay.
to All Cornell and buy it and just practice.
All right, back with the pro again. Here we go. Ooh, that was like basketball. That went straight down the hole. Ooh. That's like a ski slope.
Yeah.
The closest thing I can explain this to folks is kind of like horseshoes, where horseshoes you're trying to get, around the whatever that thing is called. But this is more like a direct aim for the hole.
Yeah.
And you still get points though for getting close, like that. All right, score, Mike.
20.
So you're 1 point away from winning, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, 19. It's 19.
19 to what?
0.
Okay. I didn't get any points even for getting on the board? Okay.
Nah.
All right, we're almost done here, folks, with the show and tell. Thank you to Ray Price and Elijah for filming this. We'll call this the Yorktown Olympics, since there's no 2020 Olympics this year. All right, playing against the pro here. And that pretty much wraps it up for me. It's more like me throwing hand grenades against a pinpoint artist here. Yes.
Nice shot.
Mike, the magic of Mike.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Finally got it. And I think that does make sense. The more you practice, the more confident you feel, right? All right. He backboarded off mine. All right. And that's it for that competition. All right. And yeah, there you go. So really, it's like you don't need a whole lot of equipment out here. You just basically, need the bags and the board, and you don't necessarily need 2 boards, but you at least need 1 to practice with, right?
Yeah. You can practice with whatever you want. They even got little airmail boxes where it's just a box and a hole, so you can practice going straight in there.
So you talk about the scoring. Let's you mentioned 3 points for getting inside the hole, right?
And then 1 point for on the board.
Right.
And then it's cancellation.
Talk about some of the big highs, as far as scoring, lopsided wins you've gotten, and the biggest lows.
You can come back from anything. I've come back from 20-0.
Wow.
You just can't give up.
Yeah.
I remember, I think it was first national last year. I was down like 18-4, and I started coming back, and I ended up winning it.
Yeah. How do you scout an opponent? Like, how do you know, especially a national televised opponent, how do you know the person's strengths and weaknesses?
Well, we play with them a lot, so you
Yeah.
kind of see a lot of what they can do. But top 10, top 16 pros, there's no weaknesses in them. You just got to hope they miss.
As far as a field, how big is a normal field of entries?
I think pros, there's around 200 of them. And then just casual players and advanced players, there's a lot of them. There's thousands.
Really? Okay, yeah. And of course, your goal for 2021, how many tournaments normally, ideally, with travel and personal time would be good for a normal year? And you've already started looking at your schedule ahead for next year already?
Yeah, I have. I think they're going to do the same thing they did this year, where they're going to do invitationals instead of nationals. But it's just going to be for us. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah. And we're talking to Matthew Morton. The one thing, too, folks, is we're in a social distancing world. This is a perfect sport for social distancing. Number one, we're outside. We're more than 6 feet apart. And we're, 27 feet away from the board. So this is the perfect sport. If you don't have anybody to play with, just go get the board yourself, the bags, and you have a lot of fun right there. You don't have to even leave your own backyard, right? This is perfect for a backyard.
Bring a board, bring some bags, and play anywhere you want.
How many times do you practice a week?
Not a lot recently, but I do play tournaments a decent bit.
Right. So again, exercise, mind, body, workout. You still have to be in shape, correct?
You gotta be all there.
Very good. All right, folks, that is our Sports Highlights edition, our August 2020 edition right here. Playing against the pro, learning from the pro, also highlights out here live and showing us in real time what it takes to get the bag inside a hole, cornhole. Of course, the website, allcornhole.com. Matthew Morton, he can spin the bag, he can do a lot of things. He's only going to be 18 in 2020, and he showed us how popular this sport can be for both young and old, especially at the competitive level, but also having a lot of fun too. So I hope you enjoyed our entire show. I want to thank Mike Morton, Matthew Morton, Elijah Price, and Ray Price for our August edition. Hope everybody's staying safe and having fun. Right here from Yorktown, I'm Greg Bicaveras. Thanks for watching our August show, and we'll talk to you soon.